Let's do a market recap. Monday, December 1st, 4:49 p.m. So yeah, strange day today. Strange day. Not the best, but not the worst. You know, things were just shy. Things are just shy. The stock market was shy today. You can quote me on this. So yeah, we are going to take a look at Tesla, VIX, gold, gold, silver, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Let's take a look at what happened. So Tesla, we closed at 430, 14. We are just down 3 cents from last Friday. So not too bad. You know, we are still, you know, this is Cyber Monday. This is Cyber Monday. Last Friday was Black Friday. You know, things are a little bit slow. We can safely say, you know, if we look at the volume, look at this Friday. Friday, what was the volume on Friday? 85 million, and the average is what, 350 million. So you know, not moving much. Today a little bit higher. What do we have now? 57 million. Friday 36 million. Sorry. The average. You know, there's a bunch of averages here, I guess. So average 85, and we had 36 Friday, and today average 57. So you know, we are not. Things are still slow. So maybe things are going to pick up this week for the rest of the week. So 4:30. So this is just an even day. This is just an even day. You know, there's no panic. We don't need to panic. Don't need to panic. The stock market is going to do what it wants to do. We just need to watch what it is doing and trying to decipher if what we are seeing today is noise or signal. So far it's pretty much noise. Just going sideways. Same as Friday. There's nothing new per se. So let's take a look at the 1 hour chart for more details. So yeah, the first hour of the day was pretty good. We opened lower. We opened at 425.39. Went as high as 433. So you know, we were getting somewhere. We were getting somewhere on the first hour. This is why I suggest if you trade on the 1 hour chart, at least let 1 hour pass. Sometimes when we cheat, it works, because sometimes the stock just rips like crazy, and if we wait for the full hour, we get nothing. That happens. But most of the time, this is not what happens. So most of the time, we are having a lots of volatility, a lot of volatility on the first hour, and then things stabilize, and then we see what is happening. So this is what happened the first hour. Open lower. So you know, we could have lost 426.47. No, even though we opened lower, we just went through. If we take a look at the 5 minutes, at the 5 minute chart for fun, just for fun, where are we? Monday. Yeah, this is right here. So this is the candle right here. The first 5 minute, you know, within 5 minute, boom, we were just higher. So this was the fluke. That open was just a fluke. So boom, open lower, went higher, stabilized, and basically went sideways. I like at the end right here, you know. I like at the end, and even towards during the day, we were pretty much, you know, sorry. This is looking like a slope, making higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. I especially like this last candle right here. Last candle, look at how high it was. You know, this is the support at 426.47. This is the support. So we should be coming back to support at any point, which we did, except here. We were away from support, but look at the wick right here on the top. So this candle is telling us that we tried to go higher and we're squished down. So sellers squished us down because of the wick. But sellers could not squish us down. This is a new verb. It could not squish us down right here. You see? We just make advancements. Just like in war, you know, we have our frontier. Well, not not the frontier of the country necessarily, but we have the frontier where we are fighting the tug of war between the buyers and sellers. You know, we are on the frontier, and we try to advance, and we are pushed back. This is what these types. This is what this candle was. We try to move forward, and we're pushed back. So we are at square one. Did not make any advancement. We tried, and we were humbled. We were humbled. Okay, Scott. Okay, that's fine. We regrouped a little bit, tried again, held that point, and we pushed forward. So this is what happened. So I'm not saying it's gonna go to 500 tomorrow. I'm just saying I'm just translating in a story, a narrative, what we are seeing right here. So on the 1 hour chart, we are trying up to 433.56. Maybe I can adjust it to be more precise. 433.68. We have tried to push back up to that point. We have not succeeded, but we are pretty strong. And this is important to talk about this. This is how to read the market. We are pretty strong up to 430.53. We are pretty strong. You know, we close at 430 right here. And we closed at 4:30. So I guess you know, I just had that discussion on Discord with one of our members. He said, "Well, should we consider 430 as the key level?" So yes. 433 is all the area that we try to conquer, but we are at the 430.22 line. We are at the 430.22 line right here. So that's nice point. So this is where we are. So this is how we can read the market. You know, this I find this fascinating. You know, I don't watch those soaps on TV. Soaps are created by writers that they are trying to think about how you will react if they do this and if the characters say this and that. You are being played in soaps. Here, you know, this is real life. This is the tug of war between buyers and sellers. Okay, I digress. Hashtag Rumble is done. So I can still say, you know, that on the daily chart, we don't even have stochastic yet. We are getting DMI. So we are getting, this is new. We are getting DMI. We don't have stochastic over 60 yet. We are plateauing a little bit. So on the daily chart, we don't have much momentum to play with. On the 1 hour chart again, and I'm going to hammer this. Because this is important. Picking a time frame is important. On this time frame, on the 1 hour chart time frame, we have momentum. We have our stochastic is over 60. We are above the 21-day moving average. You know, this is momentum. Inertia going higher. It's not inertia being at a standstill. It's inertia in movement. So yeah, no, not bad. Not a bad day. A boring day. I'm going to give you that. Boring day. But that's fine. We don't need excitement all the time. Our nervous system could not handle excitement all the time. And we don't need excitement, you know. We don't need excitement. We don't need to emotions to influence our decisions. So we don't need excitement. Boring? It's boring. Yeah, it was boring. So, but all is good. Tesla is maintaining itself above 426.47. We have momentum on the 1 hour chart. We don't have momentum on the daily chart. This is still true. So if you are trading it on the 1 hour chart, you know, I would start taking profit if we go lower than 426.47 because we are holding pretty much there. So this is the take profit right here at 426. But we don't need. You can take profit at any point in time. I don't care. This is not financial advice. But why not give it some leeway? Because maybe the move is not over. The momentum on the 1 hour chart could continue long enough to become momentum on the daily chart. That happens. That happens all the time. all the time. Right here, right here, right here. On those bounces, this is what happens. This is clearly what happens. Let me make sure I see the comments. You know, this is live. I talk a lot, but this is live. So yeah, thank you. We have somebody that's talking with me. Valet to do real fights. Veil. Oh wow. On the way to 450. Well, yes. On the way to. Yeah. Let's take a look at what way are we on. So yeah, let me go on the daily chart first. So this is the bullish channel we are in. So we are on the way. Until we break that bullish channel support, we are on the way of somewhere. We are on the way somewhere. Now on the 1 hour chart, yeah, as I said, a little bit of resistance for maybe, well, since last Wednesday. Since last Wednesday, and Thursday was off, blah, blah, blah. So since last Wednesday, now we are stuck at 430. We are trying up to 433. We have some resistance at 440. So 440 is the first big number we need to think about. 440, we stopped there before, oftentimes. Then tiny smidge at 452. So the 450, the round number, I am not a round number guy, you know. The stock is not using round numbers often. If you look at my lines, I don't pick those crazy numbers like 426.47 for nothing. I don't pick those for nothing because this is what the stock is doing. Cannot make, you know, this is where it stops. 420, this is not round. 426.47, look at this. I cannot make this up. 426.47. So I'm not complaining about you. So 450, I would just say it differently. 440 is the first significant one that we are going to encounter. 452, tiny smidge, and 459. These are the numbers that the stock market gave us in the past. And on our way to, well, yeah, Tesla is going to go higher eventually. Absolutely. The full self-driving is going to be, you know, as we mentioned last week, when full self-driving is going to allow people, this is what Elon is saying this, when full self-driving is going to allow people to text, game over. People are going to go crazy for FSD. People are going to go crazy because this will allow a behavior that's not allowed right now. Because if I drive, I cannot text, and I cannot even text if I used supervised FSD. I cannot text. So this is going to be an enabler of a new behavior, just like not washing the dishes and loading the dishwasher and pushing a button and going on to watching TV. This is an enabler. So yeah, I totally believe that this enabler is going to, well, it should make the stock go higher. This is going to be a big enabler. And well, let's look at numbers. Let's look at the current rate of ascent. This is how we can extrapolate where the stock is going to be. So yes, I like those questions. This is fantastic. Keep them coming. This is a live. So let's take a look at, this is not going to be as pretty, but look at this. This is the rate of ascent on the weekly chart. This is the rate of ascent. If we keep that the same rate of ascent, look at this. At the earliest would be right now today. At the earliest, we could be reaching 533 today. We have not reached it. But at the latest, we are talking right here. This is the point right here. At this point, April 27th, we could be reaching 545. This is the current, without changing the current rate of ascent. And that rate of ascent not bad because it started in April of last year. This year, sorry. April of this year. April of this year, we pretty much started this bullish channel. So from April to April, coincidentally, April to April, this is the current rate of ascent. So we are talking about 545. Boom. So if you are talking about so people that like to sell covered calls, this is exactly where you can sell your covered calls right there. April expiry above 545. Boom. And if we are talking about 900 bucks, we got the suggestion for 900 bucks. Well, this is pretty high. This is the rate of ascent, 900 bucks. We are talking 2027. 2027, May of 2027. So 2 years. That is if the rate of ascent is respected. And just to show you, this is why I went down to April of this year, just to show you that rates of ascent, we have been respecting that rate of ascent for the past, since April. So April, remove 3 months, that's 9 months. So for 9 months, this channel has been active. So it's not like they go away. When we draw a channel, they last a long time. So these are my extrapolations. 545 April of next year at the latest. Right here. And May 2027 for 900 bucks. And this is a pretty steep rate of ascent. This is a pretty good one, this is a pretty good one. If it goes faster, if we start breaking this bullish channel resistance right here, if it goes faster, then okay, yes, we can reach it faster. So, and yes, I tried the FSD. I tried FSD 14 something. I was in Hawaii a couple of weeks ago, and I tried it there. And it's not perfect. It's not perfect, but I was impressed. I was impressed. At some point, I was going somewhere and wanted to stop at a supercharger, and it did everything right. The stop signs, the red lights, and everything. And what I really liked is that when we arrived at the supercharger, I didn't know what to expect. I was expecting the car to just park, to just stop, not even park, but stop. No. It didn't ask me anything. It just went, arrived at the supercharger, started to make a slight turn left, and then proceeded to back into an empty stall. So that was pretty smooth. That was super smooth. And I don't think that I don't think people are taking this into account because Elon has only mentioned, well, full self-driving. I don't think people know about it that much. I was speaking to somebody here, a mechanic that's supposed to understand a bit cars a bit, and I was told, well, I have the same thing in my Mach-E. No, you don't have the same thing in your Mach-E. Your Ford Mustang Mach-E follows the car in front, follows the lines, and stays within the line. But no, it's not the same thing. So no, I don't think people realize it. And as we've just discussed, when we are going to be able to text while full self-driving, I would not be surprised that we start going higher than this rate of ascent. Voila. So let me continue. So VIX climbing a little bit. So we are at 1723, up 0.89, 5.45% higher. Not too bad, but we need to keep an eye on this one. We need to keep an eye on this guy. If we start climbing a little bit more, a few more candles going higher, take profit, boom, boom, take profit. So I like that we are staying below 1849. You know, these are thresholds. Threshold here, threshold here, threshold here. So I like that it's staying below 1849. If it starts to go higher and stay higher tomorrow, I would almost advise to take profit on this. Let's take a look at the rest of the market. Dow Jones, how did they do? The stock indices. Dow Jones down 0.9%, but we had a great week last week. We had a great week, so you know we need to put in a red candle once in a while when we have 5 green candles. So let's not be too greedy. So this is pulling back a little bit, still above 47.39, which is nice support. So all is good. SPX, we still have momentum. Let me go on Dow Jones. So Dow Jones, you know, this is on the verge of getting momentum. You know, stochastic is at 57 today. It was at 73 last Friday. SPX caving in a little bit. Bullish channel resistance right here. We are hugging it. We are following it. We crossed above. This was in September, but did not hold, came back, tried again recently, and now we are caving into it. On Friday, we broke above. That was good news, but because of the low volume, maybe it's just a few zealots that were pushing it a bit higher. So this one is caving in. This is what it's supposed to do. When we encounter a red line, it's supposed to cave into it. So this is what it is doing. Once we break above, then this is going to give us another push, another buy, another chance to get back in or to add to it. So that's that for SPX. QQQ, a little bit lower, 0.34%, right on support. So nothing's bad here. We're lower than Friday. But still respecting 613.27. So, and green candle also. So it's nice, even though we made a lower low today compared to yesterday. We have momentum. We have momentum for QQQ. Nasdaq, all good. Look at this. Nice stay on support. We are right smack on it. The body is on it. You know, cannot make this up, you know. The stock is behaving on those lines. Is behaving well, is respecting the lines. Fantastic. And Russell a little bit not as good. Still has good momentum, but I guess the move was too fast, so now it's pulling back a bit. Still above the moving average. Still has stochastic, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay, let's take a look at gold, silver, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Gold on Ether, and I cannot help but when gold is moving, the stock market has a hard time usually. So momentum on gold, moving higher. Next resistance is going to be at 33. I'm looking at spot physical gold. I'm not looking at the paper gold stuff. This is spot physical gold. If you own some shares in there, you are owning actual gold metal in a vault. This is actual gold that you're buying. And silver, well, silver, you know, this is an example of the rate of ascent is not fast enough for it. Silver, this is the rate of ascent, and this one is saying like, boom, going faster. It's only one candle, so one candle does not make a trend. So let's wait and see, but that's a nice indication, and we have momentum with silver. Gold and silver have momentum, so if you are in them, they should be continuing a little bit. Okay, Bitcoin, okay, this one, you know, very volatile. We can see this. We still don't have momentum for Bitcoin on the daily chart. Went quite low today, went as low as 84,000. 84,000, trying to recuperate a little bit. I like this wick at the bottom right here. I prefer that than just having no wick and a red bodied candle right down to it. So this is a little bit better, but still, you know, it's not the best day. On the 1 hour chart, okay, on the 1 hour chart, yes, we have lost that 88,921, so that would have been a nice point to sell, but it's okay to keep it too. Because we have been doing, you know, these trenches, you know, step, 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 and when we break above a step, you know, you can use the last step, the last support as take profit. That's fine. So getting back, but bouncing nicely on 85,000. You know, 85,000 right here, 85,000, which was a resistance in the past. It was a resistance in November. Now it's being used as support, and also using this bearish channel support. So it's bouncing on support, so it's pretty much back to square one from November 22nd. If we start breaking that, then this is going to be less interesting to stay in it. But right now we are just back to where we were November 22nd, so it's not too bad. Ethereum, the same thing. So we have erased what we had in terms of progress since November 22nd and 21st also, and right back on support 27.34. This is where automated stop loss can help. You know, you enter maybe here, you put your stop loss there, it plays here, it goes higher. You can say, well, okay, I'm gonna put my stop loss here, which is really a take profit, because you are not stopping a loss, you are taking profit. So take profit there, you put it automated right there, it plays. You put it a little bit lower because sometimes you know, it plays with us, you know, right, like here. 29.84 is the support line. It went as low as where is it, as 29.63. You see, so you put it a little bit lower, but you know, this is how you can just not think and just not think but plan. You set your stop loss, your take profit, and then boom, if it goes down, then you're okay, you are in profit, you took it out, and then you find the next entry. So on the 1 hour chart, we don't even have momentum yet, so there's no entry for now. We need to let it cool down and stabilize, and then start to show us that it wants to go higher again. BMNR, well, BMNR, so BMNR, this is the Ethereum ETF. This is coming back down. That it's going to be clearer here. Oh, look at this beauty. Yeah, it's not what I would have liked, but look at this support holding like crazy. 28.70. This is where I put my stop loss. I did not use a take profit. I could have, but this is my stop loss, and look at this, right smack on it time. I was not triggered yet, so let's hope that tomorrow is a better day. But you know, this is not too bad. You know, this is not like a change in trend. This is not like, how can I put it? We were this low, and now we are going back to just a previous low. So, and we were lower before. If we start going lower than this, then okay, well, then we can start thinking at getting out of that one. Well, BMNR, you know, BMNR, I buy the ETF itself. I buy the ETF, but with Tesla, I have calls. So yeah, that's it, my friends. So so not too bad of a day. This is a summary. Not too bad of a day. Volume is a little bit low. Things might be picking up for the rest of the week. December is coming in. We had some economic data that came today right here. So ISM manufacturing PMI, so forecast was at 48.8, we got 48.2. So that's the PMI, the manufacturing PMI fell to 48.2, the lowest in 4 months. So compared to 48.7 in September, blah, 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 the reading showed that the manufacturing sector contracted for 9th consecutive months. So this is a contraction of the manufacturing survey. So less sales, and this is what it's telling us here. Led by pullbacks in supplier deliveries, new orders, employment. So, you know, the economy is cooling down a little bit. So inflation should not be an issue anymore. So hopefully Powell is going to lower the rates. And apparently, the Federal Reserve is stopping the quantitative tightening. They are easing. So apparently this is worth another 0.25% down. So if the Federal Reserve lowers the rates by 0.25%, we are all going to be happy. And the fact that they are stopping the quantitative tightening, this is worth, in terms of the economy, this is worth another 0.25% lower. So effectively, this would be a 0.5% lower interest rate. So that could give us a nice push. So this is happening. This is going to happen next week. I mean, the FOMC meeting. So yeah, okay day today. Okay day. Things are holding pretty good. So let's not panic, and let's hope that the rest of the week is going to be better. So stay tuned. I do a video every single day like this, and I have a private Discord where we go into deeper discussions, and we are going to look at other stocks that we can buy, while Tesla is not giving us a real buy signal with momentum on the daily chart. We have other stocks that we are looking at too. So you can join me. You join Discord not by going to Discord. You join Discord by becoming a YouTube member. Join YouTube member at the Discord level, and then that will get you into Discord. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. Thank you for commenting. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine si Dieu le veut.